Hello and good afternoon to one and all. We're here at the Queen's Park Oval today, Wednesday, hump day in the middle of the week. We see the Giants from the El Socorro area, EYM. They come up against Queen's Park Cricket Club. This is a T20 fixture. As you see, a short delivery from the left-handed Malchan being pulled away to the square leg region, and the batsman crossed for 2 comfortable runs. We have a special guest in studio here today. I'm joined by none other than Lindell Nelson. Usually you'll see him out there turning the ball square, but today he is nursing an injury, currently in the recovery phase. So good afternoon, Mr. Lindell.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is a lovely day for cricket at the Queen's Park Oval. We have Malchan running up from the northern end, bowling to Justin Gillen. Let's see how this goes. Well bowled. Good back of a length ball there from Malchan. Just pushes the ball straight to square leg. Dot ball.
Malchan left-handed seems to be getting a bit of shape early here on this wicket.
Oh, what a wide delivery there from Malchan again. He's getting a bit of movement, but he's starting the ball at the wrong line. A good length, but just the wrong line. Wide.
Yeah, that one just starting outside off and going further away. Definitely getting some movement here, left-handers. Big burly character is Malchan. Coming off a lengthy run-up, spotting the number 7 on his back. This one starts in a bit closer to the left-hander. Gillen is playing it defensively to cover. We see Jonathan Bhutan, an ex-Parkite there, doing the duties there at the cover region. We'll see him in action shortly, bowling some off-breaks on this wicket.
A lovely off-break bowler there that EYM has in their possession. We would love to see him in action today against the Parkites, his old home team. Malchan runs up to bowl to Gillen. Tugs the ball to the leg side, and they will pick up a couple. Two to Gillen.
So just a bit of an inside edge there by Justin Gillen. Some good skill being shown by Malchan here, moving the first couple of deliveries away from the left-hander. That one just holding its shape. 2 wides in the over, so there are still 2 deliveries remaining. Malchan left arm over the wicket to the left-handed Gillen. Shortish delivery once more. Gillen unable to find proper timing there. Just squirts away onto the mid-on fielder. No run, the result.
That ball seemed not to get the proper bounce that Gillen was expecting, and didn't really maximize on that short delivery. Not getting any runs there.
You can call out the teams if you want. Yeah, after the over.
Getting a word of advice from Takim. Malchan runs in again. Well played from Gillen through the covers. Beautiful cover drive. Beautiful cover drive through the covers. Gillen getting 4 runs to his scorecard. That is the end of the over. The score is 10 without loss.
So this should be an interesting matchup here. Left-handed Brian Boudram into the left-handed Justin Gillen. Oh, and this is taken sharply at cover there by Takim Low. Excellent catch there, moving a little bit to his right. And Gillen unable to capitalize on that full delivery. He is caught at cover, gone for 8 runs. EYM strike first blood, 12 for 1. Gillen.
You controlling this scorecard for me too?
Yeah. Who's this? Qpcc.
But for all the T20s, T20s open. We're going to reset.
Yeah, my injury.
What injury is that?
His wrist. Someone lose his wrist. He could keep Baker, but
We're forcing it then.
can't know. Alexis wasn't doing a very good job.
See, that's real buys.
Yeah.
Jeremy Solozano comfortably playing that ball through the covers for 4 runs. Jeremy, Trinidad and Tobago opening batsman, coming in at number 3. Plays the ball through the covers comfortably for 4 from Brian Boudram. The score moves on to 16 for 1.
Big appeal there by Brian Boudram, not out by the umpire. So pretty eventful over thus far. We had a spanking cover drive by Jeremy Solozano, Gillen being caught at cover, and an appeal for LBW. This one a faster delivery. Webster up to the task, just pushes it out to the sweeper, gets a single. Queen's Park are 18 for 1 at the end of the second over. Just to run through the playing 11 for Queen's Park today, we have obviously Justin Gillen, who you saw is back in the pavilion now. He's the captain. Tion Webster, Nicholas Alexis, Jeremy Solozano, Yannick Correa, Javon Searles, Terrence Hines, Akil Hossain, Joshua De Silva, John Ross Jagisa, Anderson Phillip, and 12th man today is young Mikel Govaya. Mr. Nelson will take you through the EYM squad.
Okay, the EYM squad, we have Kwesi Alfred, captain, Richard Ali, Alden Daniel, Takim Low, Jonathan Bhutan, Keon Isaac, Nicholas Arthur, Kenton Malchan, Brian Budram, Shakim Prince, Stephen Kedu, and 12-man Ryan Innes. Malchan starting his second over. Ball pushed to cover for a dot.
Yeah, we see Malchan still getting a bit of shape back into the right-hander. That ball just on a good length there, just squeezed out to the point region. So Nelson, I know in times gone by, Keon Isaac would have been opening the bowling for any team he would have represented. What's going on with Mr. Isaac's bowling?
I think that he's right now. What I can say is that I think that he's unfit to bowl right now. So that I think he rested himself for this season. So I can't really give you a real reason why, but he's been unfit to bowl for this 2019 TTCB cricket season.
Nelson holding his cards very close to his chest there, unable to divulge any real information. Mr. Isaac really, from what I know and have seen, is a fiery young fast bowler. Troubles many a batsman. Has a really quick short delivery and excellent yorker. As you see, this one squirted onto the onside. Batsman cross for one. They will complete till we see Prince in hot pursuit of it, and it's just 2 runs. So the match pretty much in the balance thus far. Queen's Park hasn't gotten away with any really hot conditions here at the Queen's Park Oval today. Both teams in their warm-ups seem to be perspiring a lot. So it's crunched square. They decline the second run, just 1 run. Webster is content with that single. So Mr. Nelson, I've known him for quite some time now, better known as Lips on the local circuit. He really is a master of all trades. He break dances. I knew him when he was bowling medium pace. He's now a spinner. And I think to top it all off, he is a master of fades. Excellent, excellent, excellent barber. I myself called him at Christmas time for a haircut and I got put on the sidelines.
Oh, well, sorry about that there, Michael. Christmas time is actually a busy time for the appointments. So appointments have to be made 2 to 3 days in advance. Right, we had a short ball there from Malchan, pulled to the leg side. Takim Low. Oh, what a beautiful stop there from Takim Low. Pulls it back in. And they get 3 runs there to Jeremy Solozano.
Excellent work done there on the boundary by Takim Low. Yeah, so glad to hear your business is doing well, Lips. That's a continuously growing clientele. Very popular with the cricketers as well. I know Akil Hussain gets his hair cut by you as well.
Yeah, Akil Hussain gets his hair cut along with Nicholas Alexis, even Tion Webster and Jeremy Solozano, the 2 guys who are batting for Queen's Park right now.
So two crunching back-to-back cover drives there by Jeremy Solazano. One to the left, one to the right of the cover fieldsman. No one really moving there except the guy had made off to retrieve the ball. Queen's Park race on now to 32 without loss. Solazano is 16 not out from just 6 deliveries. He seems to be in a hurry today. Brian Boudram just bowling a bit too quickly, I think, for this surface. Comes back with a good delivery, dot ball there. Left arm orthodox he is into the left-handed Solazano on this one outside the off stump. Solazano opening the face, guides it to the point region. Batsman cross for one. One ball left in this, the fourth over of the Queen's Park innings.
Yeah, I actually believe that Brian is bowling a bit too quickly. I think he can mix it up a bit and not make himself so predictable for the batsman. Bowling that one a bit too straight there. Webster flicking it through the leg side, deep backward square, and getting 2 runs. The score moves on to 35 for 1.
Yeah. So here we are getting some opinions of the spinners. Definitely, the name of the game is to not be predictable, especially for a spinner. You have to vary your pace, vary the line, vary the length, use the width of the crease. Mr. Nelson want to get that advice out to Boudram. We may have the first bowling change of the innings. We see Captain Kwesi Alfred trying to get the attention of seems to be Shaquem Prince. So just a little hold up and play here. So Lindell, what can you tell me of your season for 2019? What are the highlights? What are the things you want to work on moving forward to 2020?
Most definitely what I'll be working on is my fitness. My fitness is really poor this season. A lot of injuries per se. So basically what I would like to work on is my own personal development and my fitness. And also gaining more confidence in approaching my innings at the crease. As most people said, I am a really good batsman, but my only downfall is my confidence in the game.
A really excellent point you make there, Lindell. Not much or too much emphasis is placed on the mental aspect of the game, and it really is a big aspect, big category of the game. The way batsmen approach their innings, and even the preparation they put in mentally as to which bowlers they want to score off, how they want to score off of them. So everyone, we can't just come to practice bat and bowl and not have any specific plan. So it's an excellent point you made there. Webster is attempting to play that one through the offside. It just Lobs onto the onside, cleaned up there by Bhutan. The batsman crossed for one more. So I think Webster seems to be struggling a bit here. He is 7 from 10 deliveries. So Lozano seems to be fluent as ever. He's 18 from 9. Maybe just having a bit of inconsistency with the left arm pacer. Sorry. So Lozano taps away at the crease. We see that looks like a 1.5 slip. I can't say he's first or second. Waiting in the wings there is Richard Ali. So Lozano plays it out to short cover, no run.
Yeah, as we can still see that Malchan is getting that away movement from the left-hander, making it a little bit difficult to really play his original shot through the covers. So Lozano is a beautiful cover drive batsman too, as we all know. Malchan is pulling back the length, not making him able to play his comfort zone shot, which is the cover drive. We have Malchan approaching. So Lozano pushes the ball to the leg side, getting a single. EYM playing today at the Oval T20. What I would say is EYM, we started off really well for the season. What I would say is the team's problem is that our fitness was not there to really compete, but not only physically but mentally. Webster cuts his ball through the offside and gets one. Sweeper moves around and throws in the ball. Webster getting in the groove, getting his momentum in. Hopefully we shall see him blossom and give us a show soon.
Well, Tion Webster, he was unable to be retained by the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. He was picked up by the Barbados Pride for the 2020 Professional Cricket League season. This is the regional tournament, so that's going to be a bit of a void in their batting lineup. He also bowls some decent medium. So Lozano happy to turn the strike over to Webster. That's the last ball of the 5th over. Queen's Park are 40 for 1 at the end of 5. So we now actually do have the first bowling change from the Brian Lara Pavilion end. Shaquem Prince, I saw him at the UET20 festival. He bowled some fiery off breaks up there. Very quick off breaks. He'll have Tion Webster and Jeremy Solizano, who is currently on strike, to contend with.
Shaquem Prince onto the attack for EYM, coming from the Brian Lara Pavilion end. His first ball was pushed for a single from Jeremy Solozano. Shaquem Prince is actually a great player, a very tricky bowler to bat against. He's really quick, very fiery for an off-break bowler. It's really hard to kind of get underneath the ball of Shaquem with the pacey balls. As you can see, that was a dot ball passing Tion Webster's outside edge.
Well, definitely we could see judge the pace he's bowling at just by where Richard Ali is standing at slip. Seems to be a medium pacer in operation right now. Richard Ali quite a long way behind the keeper Nicholas Arthur. Richard Ali, I'll be excited to see him with the bat as well. I know he's a very explosive right-handed batsman. Not sure if he'll be opening the innings for EYM. Can you tell us more?
I can't really say because the team makes certain changes, but right now we have Alden Daniel, who has just came off 100 against Central Sports in the 50 overs game gone recently there Saturday. He has his form back, so hopefully we shall see an explosive start to the innings of EYM. And also for Richard Ali being in slip, I think he's actually taking his safety measures against Shaquem Prince, not wanting to injure himself in that position.
This one is driven up to mid-on. Keon Isaac is there. He has a good arm. The batsman don't want a chance. That single. Dot ball the result. 42 for 1 now. Queen's Park into the 6th over, the final over of the power play. And this one is slashed away backward of point. 4 more runs to Jeremy Solozano. That seems to be a high productivity area for him today. He moves on to 25. Queen's Park now 46 for 1, trying to make the most of this power play. And a carbon copy there for Jeremy Solozano. Same ball, same shot, same result, 4 runs. So the 50 up in the 6 overs of the power play. Queen's Park are 50 for 1. Excellent start to their innings thus far.
Shaquem Prince a bit straying away, giving Solozano enough time and enough room actually to free his arms to slash the ball, cut the ball for 4 runs. A repeated shot of what he previously played. What I think he shall do, not being much of a turn of the ball, that he should bowl the ball a bit more straighter to Solozano, forcing him to play the ball a bit straighter. Marjan.
Well, this is something that I haven't seen in a while. Kenton Malchan, he's going to bowl 4 overs on the trot. 4 overs on the trot. Pretty unprecedented stuff here. You know, usually in T20s we see captains chopping and changing their bowlers, but Malchan showing good fitness here, Nelson, to bowl 4 overs on the trot.
Malchan is a guy that he's a very passionate guy for the game. He's a guy who has been working on his fitness for a while now. So, yes, it is actually a pleasant sight to see Malchan bowling his 4th over right now. Bowling that ball, Tion plays it to the offside for no runs. Yes, Malchan still has that aggressive approach to the crease. So yes, he has been working on his fitness, Mikey.
Doing a pretty decent job thus far, just conceding the 21 runs in his 3.1 overs. So bowling a good line, and like he'll want to put something in that wickets column before his spell is up. He has 5 balls to try and do so. This one wide outside the off stump tee on allows it to go through to the keeper Nicholas Arthur, who I think is also a past Parkite member. So you guys have a lot of ex-Parkites here in this 11. I know Jonathan Bhutan for sure, Nicholas Arthur. I think Malchan himself would have also donned the blue of the Parkites. Kwesi Alfred, if I'm not mistaken, maybe. Not sure, not too sure. Interesting field set though. We have almost 2 points for the right-handed Webster, who threads it through the offside and picks up a single.
Yeah, so we have Malchance keeping his consistency, keeping the line and length, making the batsmen them forced to play the shots, not making the runs come easily for them. What would have been a great bowling change was Akil Thimothy, I think was also a Parkite cricketer, excellent left-arm orthodox bowler. So, unfortunately, he is not here today to play against his former team. Also, he's actually a big pinch hitter for EYM. He's been hitting the ball a long way, entertaining the crowds at the home El Ticuro. Is dot one?
Yeah, if memory serves correct, that same guy you mentioned, the Akil Timothy, he got a blistering 30 or 40 odd against us in the two-day fixture. This is Webster pulling to the onside, and that ball is cleaned up there on the boundary. I'm not sure who's the fieldsman down there. Webster crosses for 3. He moves on to 13. So seems to be still struggling with his timing, is Webster.
Malchan bowling his final ball of his 4th over spell. Let's see if he can be lucky enough to get a wicket. Do you think he can get a wicket, Mikey, or not?
I think Jeremy Solazan was looking pretty solid at the crease there. 13 not out, and this one, as I say, that is slashed away through the point area, and probably the opposite of a wicket. He gets a boundary, concedes a boundary.
I think Malchan just went a bit too wide and full there. Solazano just opening the face and guiding it through the point region, collecting 4 runs.
It's as you stated earlier, Lindell, too much room being given by these EYM bowlers, allowing the Queen's Park batsmen to free their arms. So 59 for 1. We've had 7 overs being bowled, and we see Isaac at the top of the mark tossing the ball from hand to hand, but as Lips told us, we're not going to be seeing him featuring with the ball today, as Prince replaces him at the top of the mark. He'll start his second over. First one conceding 10 runs, so he'll want to do a bit better than that. This one is swept to mid-on by Webster. I don't think he has middle of ball for this innings as yet. As we see the slip being taken out by Captain Qpcc Alfred. Four men station on the boundary is sweep on the offside. We have a long off, long on, and a deep mid wicket for the left-handed Solozano, who is on 34 not out. Prince right arm over the wicket. Solozano just dabs it onto the offside. Completes another single. So it's important to rotate the strike here, and we're seeing that being done by the left-hand opening batsman.
As I said previously in my last comment about Prince, to bowl the ball a bit straight over Solozano, which he's doing. As you can see, Solozano is just getting a single instead of 4 runs, which is a better approach for Shakim. Good shot there from Tion Webster to the offside. I think Jonathan Bhutan slept away down at the boundary.
Yeah, Johnny not being able to move to his right quickly enough to cut off that boundary. That one just screamed off the bat. Webster seems to have a good piece of willow in his hand there. And this one peels off the outside edge. Fortune favoring the brave here. Tion Webster gets back-to-back boundaries. Queen's Park really getting a move on things now. 69 for 1 into the 8th over.
Unfortunately, Qpcc Alfred moved Richard Ali from the slip region where the ball just passed, getting 4 runs. So Qpcc probably upset with his decision there.
Yeah, although T20 is a shorter, the shorter format of the game, we have to continue to be aggressive and, set those wicket-taking fields to get those wickets, because nothing curbs a fast run rate than wickets. So pretty defensive mindset by Captain Qpcc Alfred.
A great partnership is building here between Jeremy Solozano and Tion Webster. 58-run partnership between the two Trinidad and Tobago young youth cricketers coming up to the ranks. Great composure in the wicket. They are carrying their team comfortably to a great total. The score is right now at 70 for 1. We have Shakim Prince still in the attack, bowling to Solozano. Appealing there for LBW decision, not in his favor. Gets a leg by decision actually. So extras. Oh, you do the 2 leg by now.
What's the extras? Click leg buys and then click 2.
Right. Where's that?
I'm 72.
Hang in there.
Yeah, 72.
That was what? The first what?
That was the last one. Jonathan Bhutan.
Oh. So, who we have here? Bhutan? So we're going to get to see a former Parkite bowler bowl to one of his old friends, Tion Webster. Let's see how this competition goes.
Well, I know Webster will really be licking his lips here because he loves off-break bowlers. The ball spinning into him. Whoever is stationed at that mid-wicket region has to be on high alert. Actually, mid-wicket and straight back. How would you look to bowl to Tion Webster lips? Where would you look to attack him?
Well, actually, with my variations, I'm also an off-break bowler with a mystery of a knuckleball. So basically, knowing that Tion loves off-break bowling, I would bowl a lot of knuckleballs for him and actually switch it up, not make him predict my every move and have him thinking, because also we know cricket is also a thinking game.
So does Jonathan Bhutan also possess that knuckleball?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But I don't think he has the confidence to bowl it actually in a game. Jonathan Bull starts off well, bowling the ball back of a length. Tion punches it to the offside just for no run. I think, yes, he has the knuckleball, but his confidence to bowl it at games, he don't actually have that confidence. So he just bowls off break.
Well, as you touched on the confidence point, we saw him marshalling the man at the mid-wicket region to actually go all the way back on the rope. He doesn't want to give Tion any room there. But pretty sedate start by Webster as we see him punching the ball to the long on region, gets the single.
As you can see, Jonathan Bhutan has 5 fielders out on the boundary. So he's been very defensive here, protecting his boundaries. So let's see him now against a left-handed batsman, Jeremy Solozano. For he is a bowler that moves the ball away from him. So let's see how this goes. He's coming through and round the wicket to Solozano. What I think he shall do, knowing that he's an off spinner, start the ball middle and let it spin right across that left hand. Solozano punches that ball for a single.
Actually, it doesn't seem to have a lot of turn on offer here on this wicket. So I guess the variation of pace and length will come in even more handy by the spinners. That ball not getting a lot of purchase off the wicket. Seems to be just pitching and straightening on with the arm. This is the faster delivery by Bhutan. Webster is tugging it into the fine leg region and he picks up a boundary. So pretty misguided delivery by Bhutan, attempting the faster delivery. Yes, we have Jonathan Bhutan does strain away to the leg side, conceding 4 runs. Oh, what a marvelous shot there from young Tion Webster. Slightly up, charging down the crease and pulling that ball for 6 runs, the maximum. Yeah, I think that shot required a lot of skill. Initially, he was dancing down the wicket. Jonathan Bhutan saw him coming, chose to pull back his length, and still he was able to somehow change his momentum, rock back on his back foot, and deposit it over the mid-wicket region for 6. Excellent shot there by Tion Webster.
Yeah, excellent shot there from young Webster, keeping his eye on the ball while charging down the crease. Tion Webster showing his class today as he has now gotten his timing very well. Shaquem Prince comes back again from the Brian Lara Pavilion end. Jeremy Solozano plays that ball to the offside, sweeper on the boundary, gets around and gets the ball back in quickly to the bowler.
Yeah, so pretty ominous signs here for the EYM unit. Webster just getting his first maximum of the game. Solozano seems to be in decent form, and Webster, we know how destructive he can be. As he gets into the lineup, this one just turns it onto the onside. Unable to score. Prince just holding that tight offside off stump line. This one wide outside the off stump, and Webster is dragging it once more into that favored mid-wicket boundary. 6 more. See Webster reaching outside off stump for that delivery, hitting with the turn, and a pretty big 6 there by Tion Webster. He now races on to 40 from 28 deliveries with 2 6s and 3 4s. Webster was once going at less than a runner ball, so really putting some momentum into his innings here. Let's see the reply here from Prince. Faster delivery, and Webster again coming down the track, punching it back to the bowler. Prince this time able to stop it in his follow through. Another quick delivery here by Prince, doing really good to generate that amount of pace off that short runner, but he's unable to clean up there in his follow through, and the batsman crossed for 1.
That's the end of the over. The score moves on to 92 for 1. Solozano 37, Tion Webster 41. As you know, Tion Webster has picked up his momentum. As Michael was previously saying, he was going for less than runner ball. And as you can see, his momentum has built, and now he's at 41. Mikey, what do you think will be the final score for the Parkites?
It's pretty difficult to judge from here on. We're halfway through the innings and still have a lot of firepower in the shed. 92 for 1 after 10. I think anything in excess of 180, Queen's Park will be content with that. What do you think UIM would like to contain them to?
I think UIM will try to contain them below 140. We'd like to try to contain them for 140, knowing that we have 2 batsmen here in great form. Actually 3. We have Richard Ali, Takim Low, and let's don't forget Daniel Orlin Daniel, a very aggressive T20 batsman, opening batsman actually, who can also give us a fiery start.
This one a short delivery by Bhutan, pulled down, and Solozano latches onto it, deposits it into that mid-wicket boundary, really getting pepper in today. This time a 4 by Solozano. Jonathan Bhutan operating right arm, through and around the wicket, pulling that delivery down. Comes in once more and is short once again. This time it is stopped on the boundary there. Batsman cross for 1. 98 for 1. Halfway through the 11th over, so really stepping on the accelerator now is Solozano and Webster. Bhutan chooses to go over the wicket for Webster, and this one is hitting the media center. Jonathan Bhutan guilty of really bowling too short here, Webster gets his now third 6 of the innings. He moves on to 48. And Bhutan really guilty of dragging down these deliveries, bowling way too short here. This time he's wide of the offside. Webster crosses over for that single. He moves on to 49.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I think EYM bowlers are bowling a bit too quickly, so it's not that complicated for the batsman to score. Take a bit of pace off the ball, make the batsman them forced to make their own strength. Oh, beautiful shot there, pulled for 6 from Jeremy Solozano, from Jonathan Bhutan, bowling too short, and Jeremy Solozano latched onto that very quickly. Jeremy moves on to 48.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, really ominous signs here. 2 really well set batsmen at the crease. Solozano on 48, not out. Webster 49. Just Webster getting his 49 runs from 33 deliveries. Solozano his 48 coming from just 26. So batsmen scoring at a decent click here. Current run rate just a touch over 10, and Kwesi Alfred will be scratching his head to see who's going to be bowling these remaining 9 overs. No Lindell Nelson to call upon.
No Lindell Nelson to call upon there, but there are bowlers that he can call upon. He can also call upon Brian Budram, who also just bowled. How much overs did Brian bowl? 2 overs, so he also has Brian to bowl. He also can call upon himself or even Richard Ali. Who knows? Cricket is a fun game. We have Kedu on the attack. Stephen Kedu, a beautiful left-arm orthodox bowler. Gets a lot of turn, a lot of loop. A really good bowler to look at for the future. Kedu starts a bit too full there. Takim Low running down the sweeper region. 50 goes to Webster. A marvelous innings from Tion Webster. Young Trinidad batsman showing his form, showing the selectors what he has and what they will be coming up against in the upcoming 50 overs regional tournament. Tion Webster, as I heard earlier, has been drafted to the Barbados Tridents. Pride? Sorry, Barbados Pride. Tion? Oh, well, I think that was a bit of a commentator's curse there, just happening. As I just said, Stephen Kedu, a wonderful bowler, a wonderful cricketer that's coming up the ranks. Caught and bowl Tion Webster in his first over. EYM getting their second wicket after 113 and 11th over. How much you get in the first over? 2.
Yeah, so definitely a timely wicket there for the EYM unit. They definitely needed that wicket. As we see the left-handed Yannick Correa, he will stride in to join Jeremy Solozano at the crease. The catcher, the same person to catch it. So it's going to be Yannick Karaya. He'll be facing up to the left arm orthodox of Stephen Kedu. Haven't really heard much of this youngster thus far, but seems to have a decent action. Delivers the ball from high trajectory, and we see him earning dividends almost immediately with it. Just his second delivery in his spell. And again, we see sort of a flat trajectory being implemented here by Kedu, sparing that one into cleans up well off his own bowling. So a pretty good start to his spell here. Just conceding the 2 runs, getting the wicket off 4 balls. This one is a bit slower in pace. Pretty ill-directed onto the pads of Karaya, so he gets a gift to get off the mark. And a bit of a misfeel here by the bowler as well, so just releasing some pressure being built in the previous deliveries. 115 now the score for 2. Kedu bringing an end to 101 partnership stand between Solazano and Webster. That 101 runs coming in just 61 deliveries for the second wicket. So a pretty good partnership there by the 2 Queen's Park youngsters.
Yeah, that was just a marvelous partnership between Tion Webster and Solozano. Also, we have Yannick Carrier, also a former Trinidad and Tobago batsman, as they call him in Queen's Park, Lara. Why do they call him Lara, Mikey?
Well, to be honest with you, I really don't know. Maybe it has something to do with him being a left-hander as well. So Lozano pushes this one to the sweeper. They cross for 1.
Way! As I said, he's bowling a bit too fast on this type of wicket. He needs to slow it up a bit and bring a little more of his experience, bring a little more variation. Bowls that one a bit fuller. Jeremy Solozano just drives that one to the deep, long off position and just gets 1 run. Who's that? Over? Dot 1?
Yeah. So 126 now for 2. We've had 13 overs being bowled here at the Queen's Park Oval.
Looks like my score that I predicted might not happen, as the bowlers are conceding a bit too much runs too easily. We have Stephen Kidu coming back from the Brian Lara Pavilion end again. Let's see what he can do for the EYM team. Can he get another wicket? Let's see. Jeremy Solozano just punches that ball through the offside, sweeper collects and sends it back to the bowler, collecting 1 run. Yannick Carrier, very consistent batsman for Trinidad and Tobago. Shot boy.
So KD there with a round arm action, getting a bit of extra bounce there with that delivery. Carrier, he once he gets in, he can be very aggressive as well. This one given a bit more air and misfield there by Captain Alfred at cover. Really letting off the pressure being built by his spinner.
Yeah, that's just poor fielding there from the captor, showing a bad example to his fieldsman. If there's pressure being built up, why release it? 4. A bit too much room there from Stephen Kidu. Solozano drives that ball through the deep square leg region, getting 4 runs. Seems to not be no kind of energy on the field from the EYM guys. They are just there, not cheering on their bowler, giving him the confidence. It looks like they're just there, doing nothing.
Yeah, well, probably just waiting for something to happen, waiting for an error to come from one of these batsmen. But at the moment, Jeremy Solozano, he seems to be in a hurry. He moves on to 67 of just 34 deliveries. That's his 11th boundary of the innings thus far. Solozano really probably batting. He may be looking at the IPL.
Or even looking for selection for the CPL. Who knows? Left-handed batsman. Great cricketer. Hey, catch. Hey, 4. Johnny slow. 2. Was that leg right? 2.
So 2 more runs being added to the total. Les Solozano, he moves on to 69. And Queen's Park total is 138 for 2. As you made mention of the CPL, Lindell, have you heard that certain number 55, Kyron Pollard, he'll be coming home to the TKR unit as the franchise marquee player? Sure, the entire of Trinidad will be excited with that news.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago will be very excited for that. For Kyron Pollard is a Trini to the bone. He's a guy who would love to wear the red, white and black again and represent his country. Also playing alongside his best friend, one of his best teammates. 2 actually, Dwayne Bravo and Sunil Narain, who also played with him in the IPL.
So it's going to be Bhutan to continue from the media center end. Not sure who's going to be TKR this year. Definitely have a formidable squad. And Dwayne Bravo, Dinesh Ramden, Sunil Narayan, Darren Bravo. Kari Pair, left-handed Kari Pair as well, yeah.
Yeah, so seeing that Paul is back with the TKR with Trinidad and Tobago, that would be this CPL, I believe, will be one of the greatest CPLs to see, knowing that Pollard can also bring more experience to the Trinidad and Tobago squad. Jeremy Solozano looked to be a bit tired there with that shot being bowled by Jonathan Bhutan. Marvelous innings, nevertheless. Wicket bowled. Come on, Jonathan. 68. 69. Jeremy Solozano falling on 69. As I said, the shot looked a bit tired there. I think that the heat probably got to him. Fitness, as we always speak about. And Jonathan Bhutan, former Parkite player, getting the wicket that he needed to help his team. Who's this coming? Oh, we also have a very dynamic player coming into the crease here. We have Javon Searles, also a TKR player. Very experienced batsman, a man with many shots, never predictable. Let's see what he can do for his team today against the EYM and the Queen's Park Oval. Do you think that we are going to see fireworks here now, Mikey?
Javon really, when he connects, he hits a really long ball. We were calling out TKR players and he completely, just didn't even remember him. So my apologies, Javon. The last time we actually played a game here at the Oval, which is just a couple days ago, he got a match haul of 8 wickets in just one innings. So definitely my apologies to Javon there. We skittled out, I believe it's a Trinidad and Tobago prison service in 16 overs. Javon, he got 8 wickets, and Anderson Phillip on the other end, he got 2. 2 opening bowlers was all that it needed to bowl out the Trinidad and Tobago prison service. As we see Jonathan Bhutan, he will continue his spell to Javon Searles. Jeremy Solozano playing all over that delivery. He was bowled for 69. A really good innings nonetheless, of 37 deliveries, striking at 186 runs per 100 balls. Searles is just quietly playing that one back along the pitch. Bhutan is into the right-handed Searles, who is swiping outside the off stump, unable to make contact. So 2 scoreless deliveries here by Bhutan after getting the wicket of the left-handed Solozano. Queen's Park scoring at just around 9.5 runs per over. Ends the over with a dot. So Queen's Park Cricket Club are 139 for 3 at the end of 15 overs.
What a marvelous comeback there from Jonathan Bhutan, who didn't have a good start with the ball, conceding just 1 run in that over, also with a wicket of Jeremy Solozano. Now it's for us to see who's going to be coming from the Brian Lara Pavilion, and I think it's still Stephen Kedu bowling to Yannick Correa. Unfortunately, there Yannick Carrier hold out there the deep mid-wicket region, being caught by Mal Chan. Stephen Kedu getting the wicket. First bowlers. Court, Sailor, Fielder, Malcha. Nicholas Alexis approaches to the crease now. Another Trinidad and Tobago opening batsman. This Queen's Park team has a lot of experience with him.
Yeah, so the fall of that wicket, we see the right-handed Nicholas Alexis coming to the crease. As previously stated, he would usually open the innings. He comes in at 6, I think. There are a lot of floaters in this Queen's Park batting lineup. Batsmen able to bat anywhere according to, the situation of the game. Javon Sills, he currently being used as a pinch hitter here with just 4 overs to go in the innings. But Kedu has been impressive thus far. In his first over, he got a wicket off his second ball, and now is the start of his third over, striking in with his first delivery.
So it's nudging that one to the offside to receive 1 run. Let's see Stephen Kedu bowl to Nicholas Alexis, new batsman into the wicket right now.
So we see Alexis showing good aggressive intent here, knowing that Queen's Park will want to push on and get close to 200 here in this innings. Already 141 runs being scored, so Lindell's score has been passed. As we see this one heaved over the bowler's head. 6 runs by Javon Sills. The bowler Kedu there just giving that one a bit more air, and Sills latching onto that full delivery. 147 runs now for 4. And we see with that shot, the EYM fieldsmen, some heads are dropped. So they're going to have to work out on how to get a wicket again here. 147 for 4. Final delivery in the 16th over. This one clipped onto the onside. And they are content with just the single. 148 for 4 at the end of 16.
Jonathan Bhutan coming again for his last over for the innings. Bowling to Javon Searles. Last couple of overs, so therefore a lot of aggression will be showed by both batsmen to maximize on their scoring opportunities. A bit slower there from Jonathan Bhutan. Took the pace off of the ball. Consider a dot ball. Jonathan Bhutan also a pinch hitter of the ball, hits the ball a very, very long way. And actually getting a wicket as I speak. Caught at the backward point region. Javon Searles falls short. Didn't get the opportunity to give us the fireworks today. Caught by Kedu in the backward point region. Who coming in here now? We have another explosive player, well known for the the softball version of the game in Trinidad and Tobago, Windball, one of the best players Trinidad has ever seen in the game, batsman, Terrence Hines, playing for the Trinidad and Tobago Queen's Park team. Yeah, I know I caught you guys there. He's playing for Queen's Park right now. I think that he shall also get his opportunity to play for the Red, White and Black someday.
Well, actually, Lindell, if you remember, he actually got a game for the TKR unit last year, right here at the Oval. This one just punched down to long on. They crossed for a single. Alexis just taking guard here. You would have seen a lot of Johnson Bhutan in his years here at Queen's Park. 149 now for 5. So EYM just pulling things back here ever so slightly. This one a floated, lofty delivery outside the off stump there. Alexis late in getting the bat down to it. This one opening the face down.
Cheeky dab there to the backward point region from Nicholas Alexis. Conceding just one run though. Oh, yeah. $150 up for the Parkites. Jonathan Bhutan bowling his last delivery of his over. Jonathan Bhutan, 4 overs, 35 runs and 2 wickets. Not a bad spell there from the young lad. A great comeback from his previous 2 overs before. So The score moves on to 151 for 5.
Yeah, definitely good comeback in this second spell here for Jonathan Bhutan. He was roughed up a bit by Tion Webster, the right-handed Webster, conceding, I think, 23 runs in his 2 overs and bowling his second 2 for 13. So excellent stuff here, finishing with two good wickets, 2 big scalps of Javon Sills and Jeremy Solizano. So 151 for 5. Stephen Kedu to continue. He will finish his spell as well. He has conceded 25 runs and he has gotten 2 wickets as well. Left arm orthodox, and Hines is hitting this straight back and just makes good enough contact to clear the fieldsman at the long off boundary. 6 runs.
As I said, he's a very explosive batsman, Terence Hines, also in the softball. And you can see it here now that he's showing that he's not making any joke by just hitting that ball just over the boundary there.
Definitely not mucking around here is Hines. He saw 1 ball, he saw 2 balls, got singles off the first 2 of them. 3rd ball deposited over to long off for 6. Such is the nature of this T20 game.
What a shot there from Nicholas Alexis, hitting that ball over the deep mid wicket. The second tier of the Queen's Park Oval, the Carib stand actually. That's a biggie, man.
Yeah, Chris Gale and Andre Russell will be proud of that strike. That's a big 6 there by Nicholas Alexis. And he's going once more. And this one has gone straight up. The fieldsman at long off calls for it. Keon Isaac, he has a safe pair of hands and he has to head back to the pavilion now for 8 runs. Queen's Park lose their 6th wicket now with the score on 164. So Kedu getting his 3rd scalp of the innings, really throwing that ball up there despite being hit for 2 sixes and getting the top edge of Nicholas Alexis, and that catch being taken down at the long off region. This one is a faster delivery being bowled here by Kedu. Hines just clips it onto the long on region for 1. He brings Akil Hossain on strike now.
Yeah, Akil Hossain, one of the guys who scored a marvelous 151 against the Clark Road team to help his team get the first innings against Clark Road. Let's see what he can do for his team now with the last remaining overs. Also a hard-working cricketer, always working on his game. He never rests because he always wants the best for himself.
Wow, immediately getting off the scorecard. 6 runs by Akil Hussain. Last ball for Stephen Kedu's over. Kedu bowling 4 overs, 35 runs, 3 wickets. 45 runs, sorry, for 3 wickets. Just that last ball there kind of carrying the spoiling the over a bit, but nonetheless it was a great over, collecting 3 wickets to help his team out today.
Well, interesting bit of captaincy here by Kwesi Alfred. Richard Ali being brought onto the attack in the penultimate over of the innings. Richard Ali, really more known for his abilities with the bat. Very aggressive right-handed batsman. He seems to be bowling some medium pace here. And Hines is depositing this first delivery back over the bowler's head for 6 runs.
Richard Ali opening his account with 6 runs. Immediately, Hines is making no matters with this over. I think he's going to try to capitalize and get as much runs as he can with this over, knowing that he's a part-time bowler. Richard Ali approaches with his gentle medium, pulls back his length a little bit, bowling a dot ball. Knowing these 2 guys here, they both played for a team called Bamboo. So this will be a great rivalry to see here.
Together with the guy who's currently commentating.
Yes, I also played for Bamboo as well. Hines latching onto that one, pulls it through the deep backward square region, getting 4 runs. Yes, I also played for Bamboo as well, but I don't think I played with the time of Terrence Hines and Richard Ali. So this will be a more personal rivalry here between the 2. Richard Ali approaches to Terrence Hines and bowls a dot ball. Richard Ali being one of AYM's young Tendulkar, I will call him, a great player of spin. Let's see how he will capitalize today on his innings for the AYM team. The score moves on to 182 for 6 after 18.5. This is Richard Ali's last ball for his over. Akil Hussain taking his guard. The field is being set. There's a leg side field for Richard Ali. So therefore he will be trying to bowl the ball a bit straighter, not giving him any room. And that is a 6 from Akil Hussain, showing his prolific form, dispatching that over the bowler's head for 6 runs.
So really impressive stuff here by Akil Hussain, maintaining his strike rate of 600, facing just 2 deliveries and depositing those 2 for maximums. First one into the mid-wicket region of Stephen Kedu, and now off Richard Ali straight back over his head, and Queen's Park really building a mammoth total here of 188 for 6 with Yet another over still to go. This one driven through the offside, muscle to cover, and Terrence Hines, he gets in the action as well. He moves on to 25 of just 11 deliveries. He has 2 4s and 2 6s to his account as well. So really no mucking around here are the Queen's Park batsmen. Really in hot pursuit of these 200 plus runs.
Terrence Hines is showing his strength right now. That's a beautiful 6 there over the long on fieldsman. All he can basically do is just be a spectator to a marvelous shot. So therefore, first ball 4, second ball 6. Terrence Hines is mixing no matters in this occasion and trying to maximize on this over. Ball a bit shorter. Brian Boudram pulls back his length. Terrence Hines back on the back foot quickly and pulls it through the mid-wicket region. Gets in 1 run.
So Boudram, he seems to be bowling some spares here, very quick deliveries. No. Not even trying to impart much turn onto the ball. Akil Hossain, I know, will be waiting deep in his crease. This one slowed up a bit, and this one is driven to the long off position. Batsman cross for 1 more. Hossain, he moves on to 13. Brings Hines onto strike, who is 32 from just 13 deliveries.
With a strike rate of 433.
And this one, the faster delivery, once more attempted, and this time Hines holds out to the long on fieldsman, but his job is well and truly done, scoring some 32 balls from just 14 deliveries. Queen's Park lose their 7th wicket with just 1 delivery to go. Good running catch to his right there, completed by Alden Daniel, who is stationed on the long on boundary.
The score is 200 for 7 with 1 more ball to go. Terrence Hines trying to push on to carry the team on to a bit, probably 205 or 206, but hold out there on the deep long on region there, being caught marvelously by Alden Daniel, running in and carefully watches the ball into his hand. We also have Anderson Phillip approaching with just 1 more ball to go, with Akil Hossain on strike. Anderson Phillip. Anderson from the right. Akil and 2 runs. At the end of the 20 overs, Queen's Park 202 for 7. All right, well, this will be a great matchup to see here. Hopefully, EYM can actually get a great start to approach this run chase here.
Well, they're definitely going to need a good start to chase in excess of 200 runs against a pretty formidable Queen's Park bowling attack. Just to take you through the batting scorecard, Justin Gillen, he got to 8. Tion Webster, who seemed to find momentum in the right time, he got to 51 from just 35 deliveries, striking 3 maximums and 3 boundaries. Jeremy Solozano, he ramped to 69 of just 37 deliveries, 11 fours and a solitary 6 to go with that innings. Strike rate of 186. Yannick Karaya, he was unable to push on. He just got to 5. Javon Searles, in pursuit of quick runs, he made 8. Nicholas Alexis striked a huge maximum. He got to 8 runs as well. Terrence Hines, with a really injection of impetus into the innings, he made 32 from just 14 deliveries, striking 3 maximums and 2 boundaries with a strike rate of 228. And Akil Hossain at the end finishing things off nicely with 15 from just 4 deliveries. So EYM are going to require 203 runs from their 20 overs at just over 10 runs and over. The bowling for the EYM unit, I think Stephen Kedu, he definitely was the pick of the bowlers. He came on at a difficult time to bowl, and he was able to peg the Queen's Park unit back somewhat. He got 3 scalps together with Jonathan Bhutan. He got 2 for 35, and Brian Boudram there 2 for 33 in his 3 overs. So we'll be back in a short bit to show you the reply from EYM. Here we have Javon Searles to start the innings for the Queen's Park unit. He is operating at the Brian Lara Pavilion end. Opening the batting for the EYM unit is Alden Daniel and the evergreen Richard Ali. He has been around for some time now on the Premiership circuit. Last time Javon Searles would have operated here, he would have gotten 8 wickets. So he'll be wanting to replicate some sort of that performance. At the moment, keeping things very tight is Javon Searles, just conceding the 2 runs, 1 off the bat and the extra. That one too good to get the edge there. Pitching and nipping away from the right-handed Ali. Final delivery in the first over. It's a shape away from the right-hander, but this one is driven just to the left of the fielder at mid-off. Unable to cut it off, and that's the first boundary of the innings. Searles unable to end the over on a high note. EYM are 6 without loss.
From the commentary end, we have left arm Akil Hussain bowling to Alden Daniel. This will be a great matchup here. Alden Daniel, a very aggressive batsman. If he gets off, EYM might stand a chance. Oh, starting that one straight there, Alden Daniel immediately on his front foot. Akil Hussain will be trying to take advantage of this new ball to get as much drift as possible. Oh, just missing out on that one there. Akil Hussain not trying anything different. Show an appeal for appeal to the umpire, give a not out. That's 3 dot balls. Everything. Akil Hussain bowling very tight here for his team, not giving away any free runs, making the team work for their runs here. Akil Hussain runs up a bit short, back punches back to backward point, no run conceded. 4 dot balls here for Akil Hussain. Alden Daniel a bit quiet here for his team. Bowling to the field he have set for him, offside field. Shouting for an run-out opportunity to Jeremy Solozano. Alden Daniel scrambling there just for that single.
Final ball in this second over. Akil Hussain starts with the arm ball coming back into the right hander. Big appeal for LBW. That one just probably impact maybe outside off stump there. Not out. Adjudicated by the umpire. 7 without loss. EYM.
Javon Searles continuing from the Brian Lara Pavilion end. Alden Daniel. Single not taken there. I guess Richard Ali doesn't want to risk running out anyone right now, seeing that the innings has just started for the EYM team. So their first ball that was a dot ball. To my knowledge, knowing Alden Daniel as an aggressive batsman, it just takes time for him to get himself in before he gives that dynamic work in the crease. We have a wide from Javon Searles. Starting a bit too wide there. Alden Daniel flashing after it. Reminds me of young Adrian Barrett.
Bowling!
Okay, well, I heard you loud and clear there, Mikey. Alden Daniel, unfortunately, not being able to score, being bowled by Javon Searles, just keeping his line, bowling wicket to wicket, and getting the aggressive Alden Daniel for 2.
Searles on that occasion getting the ball exactly where all the coaches would want you to place it, hitting the top of off, angling into the right-hander, pitching and just seaming away from the right-hander, clipping the top of off stump. Excellent delivery, and Searles seemed to have picked up where he left off from over the weekend, already adding something in the wickets column just into his second over.
Approaching to the crease now, we have Takim Low, a very aggressive, very informed batsman for EYM. He strokes the ball very cleanly, Hopefully he can get off his team today. Ooh, just missing out on that one there. Just fishing behind that ball, which is outside off stump. Javon Searles just keeping his line on length, being very consistent, showing his experience at the game. Javon Searles strikes again, getting another wicket of Takim Low. Unfortunately, not being able to score as well for his team. This is very disappointing for the EYM team. Batsmen are being too aggressive too early instead of starting off with a billionaire innings as the Parkites did. And wickets are just falling and falling and falling. Second wicket fall for only 8 runs.
Well, Lindell, things are always easier in the commentary booth. Easier said than done. But really disappointing end to the innings for Takim Low, being a bit too aggressive too early in his innings. Here, Justin Gillen taking a good sharp catch to his left there. Ball peeling off the outside edge, and we see, I think this is Jonathan Bhutan coming to the crease.
Yeah.
With 2 deliveries actually left in the third over, Javon Searles with a double strike here in his second over. Searles in very good wicket-taking form.
Do you believe that he can get also another 8 wicket here today, Mikey?
It's very unlikely that he can repeat that feat in back-to-back games, but the way the EYM batsmen are fishing against him outside off stump here, anything can happen. I remember young Alzari Joseph not a long while ago getting a bag of 6 wickets on his IPL debut. So add two more good deliveries to that and it's capable. You can get 8 in an innings in a T20 game. Searles running into Bhutan, who is tucked up there by a shortest delivery. It's 8 for 2. EYM in hot pursuit of 203 for victory. So 2 wickets in the over and just conceding that 1 run, which was the wide, nothing off the bat in that over. Akil Hossain will be seeing wickets falling and he'll be wanting to get a bit jealous and add some wickets to his tally as well.
Yes, Akil Hossain, knowing he's a very competitive cricketer. Also, he will get jealous and decide that he will add some wickets to his wicket column. Akil Hossain bowling a wide to Richard Ali, bowling a bit too straight, the ball drifting down to the left side. Akil Hossain seems to be a very challenging bowler to Richard Ali. Richard Ali just walks across to the offside, trying to play the ball through the offside, missing that opportunity. Akil Hussain approaches to the crease. Richard Ali plays the ball back to the bowler. Seems to me that Richard Ali is trying to play an innings here. Did he get something? Seen that Akil Hussain has just purchased a bit of turn there on the wicket. Haven't seen that from the EYM team. As you can see, Akil Hussain adjusting perfectly to his wicket, bowling the ball a bit slower through the air, giving it enough time to get revs on the ball, causing it to turn. Five dot balls thus far from Akil Hussain, excluding a wide from the first ball. Akil Hussain finishes the over for just 1 run. The score moves on to 9 for 2 after 4 overs. EYM having a bit of a slow start here.
Well, slow is an understatement, Lindell. Only 9 runs being scored in the first 4 overs, and these are power play overs. Should want to maximize the field restrictions in these first 6 overs, but the Queen's Park bowlers doing a really good job keeping things tight here. Last 2 overs, they lost 2 wickets for just 2 runs, and those 2 runs were extras, so the batsmen finding things difficult to come by here. At the Oval, as we see Javon Sills about to start his 3rd over of the innings, bowling to Bhutan, who shoulders arms. Don't see a lot of that in T20 cricket. Batsman leaving a ball just outside the off stump. We have a slipper gully, a man at point, a short cover, mid off, mid on, and a short mid wicket. Sills into Bhutan. This is a short delivery, heaved over the onside, and Bhutan breaks the shackles with that boundary. Shortish delivery being delivered here by Sills, and Bhutan, he's up to the task. He gets off the mark with that boundary. And Jonathan Bhutan swipes again, unable to make proper contact, and the ball goes through to be taken by the keeper Joshua De Silva to complete the catch. And Javon Searles now has an impressive 3 wickets just for 11 runs. EYM really in just a spot about it now, 13 for 3. So Javon Searles seems to be striking form in the business end of the tournament, as we have 50 over semi-final, I believe it is, on this Sunday against the Central Sports outfit. We'll be playing at the National Cricket Centre down at Couva. The fall of that wicket sees Keon Isaac stride to the crease, as we have 3 slips and a gully. A stark difference in captaincy strategies being applied here.
We have on the attack here Jagasar. John Ross Jagasar coming from the commentary end. A marvelous off-break bowler. Also has a bag of tricks. So let's see him in action here right now, bowling to Adrian Ali. Also a great player of off-break bowling.
So Richard Ali's stint at the wicket comes to an end. A good catch running in from the boundary completed by Nicholas Alexis. He goes for 9 and EYM now 4 wickets down inside the 6th over for 19 runs. And back-to-back scabs here by John Ross Jagasaki on Isaac, just drawn out of his crease there, really misbalancing, and Joshua De Silva had the bails off in a flash. Excellent bits of wicket keeping there by the Trinidad and Tobago player. 5 wickets down now for EYM, and they are really staring down the barrel of defeat here.
The EYM team is just rattling out very easily. The guys are just giving away their wicket with no purpose. I think that this might just be an easy game for the Parkites. Yeah. Alright guys, so don't forget to subscribe and like Club Cricket TT on YouTube, right? Keep your eyes on those videos, like the videos, share the videos, so you can keep you on update with the cricket that's going on in Trinidad and Tobago, also in the Queen's Park Cricket Oval. Alright, we have Nicholas Arthur in the wicket with Crazy Alfred the skipper. Let's see if an innings can be built here. Javon Searles getting his 4th wicket here for the Queen's Park Cricket Club, getting the wicket of his old teammate Nicholas Arthur for Measly Duck. Unfortunately, but Javon Searles continues to show his form with the ball, bowling that line and length, having the batsman thinking. And the EYM team continues to just falter at the crease. Approaching to the crease, we have Shakim Prince. Also aggressive left-hand batsman, a guy who can also stroke the ball. Hopefully he can build an innings for himself and actually put a score on the board. Javon Searles to Shakim Prince. He has 2 slips on a gully. Whoa. No ball bowled. The score is 20 for 6, EYM. 21 for 6. I'm not really satisfied with what I'm seeing here. As Mikey said, it's easier said than done. Javon Searles is bowling the ball really well, nipping the ball both ways, having the batsman more than confused. Running into Javon Searles. Javon Searles bowls that ball wide to Shakim Prince. Shakim Prince flashing wide outside off stump. Just trying to get bat on ball there. Just wide. Shakim Prince not moving his back foot and just standing there and flashing at the ball wide outside off stump. We have a first slip, second slip, gully, backward point, mid off, and no cover. Bowled there by Javon Searles, collecting 5 wickets for Queen's Park, continuing his form with the ball, having the batsmen fumbling. Shakim Prince heading back to the pavilion without scoring. The score moves on to 22 for 6. For 7. Unfortunately, Mikey is a bit slow with the scorecard here. Javon Sills bowling 3.4 overs, 5 wickets for 14 runs. Batsman approaching the crease right now. We have Brian Budram, another left-hand batsman. This seems to be an easy victory for the Queen's Park team. Oh, that's a close one there for Brian Budram. Jovan Sills bowling that last ball there, nipping back in a bit, just starting over the fourth stump. Jovan Sills finishes his over for 3 wickets. No, that over for 4 overs, 5 wickets, 14 runs. That's a magnificent spell there by the fast bowler for Queen's Park.
Really a top spell there by Javon Sills, getting 5 wickets for 14 runs and just 4 overs. That's his 4 over spell. I'm sure if he had some more overs, he would have cleaned up the UIM tail with no problem. It's so much happening in that over. We can't forget that John Rush Jagisar is actually on a hat-trick. The last 2 balls of his last over, he got 2 wickets. So he's actually on a hat-trick now. Javon Sills, he'll be camping out in first slip. Justin Gillen is at second, and you would think that you'd see a bit more aggressive field here to help the bowler to actually get the hat-trick, but that isn't the case. As we see Jagisar at the top of his mark, he'll be bowling to Alfred. Alfred plays that defensively on the onside. The batsman cross for 1.
Terrence Hines being pulled comfortably through the mid-wicket region from my magnificent captain here. Standing up tall, brave, and just pulling that ball through the mid-wicket for 4. Glorious shot there, big man.
That shot really exciting. My co-commentator there. At the moment, the EYM scorecard looks to be a telephone number with scores of 2, 9, 0, 4, 0, 6, 0, 0.
That sounds more like a B-Mobile phone card number, sir. Probably 100 digi or something like that.
So with just 2 more wickets left in the hutch, Terrence Hines will... Oh my goodness! The batsman is bowled, all ends up left alone without playing a shot. Major swing back into the batsman there, and Terrence Hines, he gets his first scalp of the match. Really good delivery there.
That was just careless. That was just a careless decision there by Malchan. Misjudging that one, not knowing it was coming back and hitting the off stump. As any coach would say, you want the ball to hit the top of off stump, and Terrence Hines executed that perfectly there. Now we have the last wicket for UIM. We have Stephen Kidu, the 3-wicket taker for UIM. Can he stand up to Terrence Hines? Hey Mikey, since this game is a bit nearly over, what do you think about the game with Barcelona and Liverpool yesterday? Do you think that that game was a sellout, or Liverpool actually came back fighting with a fighting spirit to actually beat Barcelona in the English conditions?
Well, if you look at Barcelona's track record in the Champions League for the past 7 or 8 years, you'll see that they are really big chokers. So that win from Liverpool yesterday really didn't surprise me. And oh my, the umpire says not out. That seemed to be missing the off and missing the leg and crashing into the middle. But the umpire says that that's not out.
It looked to me, Mikey, that he got hit outside off stump because he walked a mile across the outside off stump. Terrence Hines shouting to the umpire. Umpire declined his decision, saying not out. Last wicket, we have Kedu. Kedu, let's see what you can do for your team, EYM. Terrence Hines runs in, bowls to, plays that one down to the backward point. No run. So as I was saying, you said Barcelona chokes up probably in the English conditions. I don't know. What do you think of Messi? What kind of player do you think Messi, what responsibility do you think Messi has on that that game yesterday, Mikey? Do you think he showed up himself or he choked up as well?
edge and taken, and that's the end of the EYM innings. I guess we'll have to wait on the second leg for you to get my response there, Lindell. But EYM at the present moment are 33 all out, and Queen's Park ramping home to a 170 run victory. Really, the star of the show, Javon Sills, taking 5 for 14. John Ross Jagasa 3 for 11, and Terrence Hines wrapping up the tail, just taking 1 over to get the 2 final wickets of the EYM unit. Really disappointing stuff here by EYM. They will have to make the trek back home in the traffic, sit and think about there where it all went wrong. 33 for 10. Join us on next week Sunday, I believe, or Sunday coming, for the semi-final matchup, Queen's Park versus Central Sports. Yeah, boy.